Hello, Westford. We're into the fourth show of 2016, and there has been plenty of recent local news. Some voters were confused by a new political party. Westford corporations reported their quarterly earnings, and there was some great news for several great ghost squads. I'm Ira Keltz, and from Nabnasset to Parker Village, it's time again for WestfordCAT News. And we begin tonight with a topic that has long been a thorny one for Groton Road area residents, and that's asphalt. The Westford Planning Board has been looking at two warrant articles that will prohibit future asphalt plants in Westford. The first warrant article would amend the town's Table of Principal Use Regulations to explicitly prohibit asphalt plants as well as heavy industrial facilities. In the other warrant article, definitions are provided for what an asphalt plant is, as well as what constitutes heavy industrial use. There is still some confusion over whether the two warrant articles will actually refer to heavy industrial or heavy manufacturing. But either way, Planning Board Chairman Dennis Galvin believes there is still work to do.
Because heavy manufacturing, if we decide to draft a definition, our concern is that we could potentially prohibit uses that people in town may be making a living on, or and that do not really pose a problem. So we have to just fine tune that a little bit and make sure we're very, very careful about how we proceed.
The warrant articles would not impact the asphalt plant currently proposed by Newport Materials just off of Groton Road near the Chelmsford border. Voters will have their say on the warrant articles at the annual town meeting in April. The Planning Board next discusses them on March 7th. Staying with that topic of asphalt, a camera was briefly spotted earlier this month on Groton Road across from the entrance of the Newport Materials site. According to Westford Director of Land Use Management, Chris Clutchman, the cameras were only in place for a few hours and were in a public right-of-way. Clutchman also indicated that they were taken down due to weather conditions. Newport Materials attorney, Douglas Deschaines, sent a letter to the town requesting additional information on the cameras. We'll certainly have more on this story if additional information arises. We also have another Newport Materials story later in the program. Massachusetts goes to the polls on Super Tuesday, and some Westford voters became confused by a new political party in the state. They're called the United Independent Party, and they officially became a major political party after the 2014 election. Now they will have their own presidential primary in Massachusetts this year, despite having no candidates for the presidency. However, voters across the state registered with the new party, thinking that they would be free from any party affiliation, only to find the exact opposite was true. According to town clerk Kari Tari, the United Independent Party had approximately 80 members in Westford at its peak in January, dipping into the low 30s by February 10th voter registration deadline. United Independent Party spokesperson Reagan Clemenson said that the issue stemmed in large part with recent budget reductions to the Secretary of State's office, with the party working on education efforts throughout the early weeks of 2016. On February 10th, just over 10,000 of Westford's 16,032 voters were not part of any major party or party designation. Netscout released its third quarter revenues recently, and the news was not that good. The Westford-based cybersecurity and networking company reported a quarterly net loss of $24.5 million. Netscout CEO Anil Singhal attributed the poor showing to customer uncertainty in the greater economy. For the rest of the fiscal year, Netscout is updating its revenue guidance, shifting annual expectations downward from approximately $1 billion to somewhere between $958 and $968 million. Things were a bit rosier down Littleton Road as Sonus Systems beat its expectations by just over $1.3 million. The company's fortunes plummeted in December of 2014 when its stock dropped almost 75%. However, in their fourth quarter revenue announcement on February 16th, quarterly revenue was just $500,000 short of where it was before the crash. Revenue projections for the next quarter are posted at somewhere between $58 and $59 million, with those figures expected in late April. Westford School Superintendent Bill Olson was before the Finance Committee once again after developing a proposed plan limiting the school department's fiscal year 2017 budget increase. Olson initially requested a 2.73% increase, and the school committee voted to support that figure. However, they also requested Olson check out a 2.5% increase, which was requested by Town Manager Jody Ross. To get down to 2.5%, Olson needed to reduce approximately $150,000 from the budget, with half of that coming from an elementary school art teacher that will be retiring at the end of the year. Additional savings may be coming from recent energy-saving measures from several schools in town, but Olson warned caution.
The projected savings, if you add up all three of them, is $114,561. I get that it's a huge leap of faith to count on that actually happening, but certainly it has to be greater than zero, or it's hard to believe this program could exist. Yeah. So somewhere between 0 and 114,561, and I hope closer to the 114,000, is a number that you should feel comfortable with as an expense reduction, and should take that into consideration too.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is have the luxury of taking about 3 months or so to see if that trend is in fact playing out. If there's one thing I've learned over about 46 years in this profession is don't trust the savings estimates, at least the original estimates that are provided. And
Olson also told the Finance Committee he could not give a final recommendation on the 2.5% increase until the school committee allowed him to do so. The Finance Committee has concluded its efforts overseeing the rest of the town's FY17 proposed budget. Olson will return on March 3rd. Voters, meanwhile, will decide on the overall budget at the annual town meeting this April. Anyone heading up Route 3 from Westford up to New Hampshire over the past few weeks has probably noticed a really large pile of dirt just off the highway. Well, don't look now, but there might be another one coming soon. Newport Materials was back at the planning board meeting, but this time they request a stormwater management permit for a new earth materials storage area on their site. The one visible from the highway is about 50 feet tall from base to peak and was located just over the Chelmsford border. This pile will be situated further back in the property and will also be about 50 feet high if the permit is approved. Newport Materials attorney Douglas Deschaines indicated that there will be a 20-foot buffer between the northern edge of the pile and the property boundary. He also told the planning board that no recycled asphalt materials will be part of the pile, which, like the other pile, is subject to frequent Department of Environmental Protection inspections. The matter returns to the planning board at their March 7th meeting. Westford Academy's Dan Toomey has some big news as the winter season ends. Here's his latest update.
Greetings, this is Dan Toomey from the Westford Academy Athletic Department here with a almost an end of season update for the athletic teams here at Westford Academy. First off, congratulations girls basketball. Won the Raider Round Ball February Vacation Tournament at Central Catholic. In the championship game, they defeated Wachusett, perennial strong Central Mass team. So good luck to the girls basketball as they finish up the regular season. Boys basketball qualified for the postseason as well with a win at North Andover recently. So they'll get into the tournament, and they have 2 games to go to wrap up their schedule before they get seeded the last Friday in February. Both teams will be seeded then. So good luck to them. Girls ice hockey's in the tournament, and they'll also be seeded the following week to find out when they play. Boys ice hockey picked up another win versus Beverly, and they'll conclude their season at the Irish American Shootout up in Woburn. They'll play Billerica in the first round game, so good luck to the boys ice hockey team. Gymnastics qualified for the MIA North Sectional meet, so good luck to them. They also were the regular season champs for the season and came in second at the Dual County League Championship meet at MIT, so congratulations to them. Nordic ski teams did very well this year. They finished up their regular season, and the MIA State Championship meet was held at Weston this year for the first time in many years. The boys team finished 8th overall. The girls team finished 10th overall on a chilly day at the course, so congratulations to them. Alpine teams, the boys wrapped up another Mass Bay West Championship League championship this year for, I believe, the 7th year in a row. Indoor track also competed at the MIA State 1 Division 1 meet at the Reggie Lewis Center this past weekend. Some of the highlights were the 4x8 team. The boys 4x8 team placed second at the meet, and will have a shot at the Division 1, the All-State meet, and for a chance to qualify hopefully for the New England, so good luck to them. Brian Murray also had a 7th place finish in the 300 at the Division 1 meet, so those were some of the highlights from indoor track. Wrestling had a really nice day up at the D1 North, which is probably the most difficult section and region out of all the wrestling in Massachusetts. Andrew Piedrahita, Mike Tardo, Chernoskis, and Cam Eldred and Silton all placed. Tyler Silton all placed at the meet, as well as Luke Donovan, who will also move on to the All-State meet down in Brockton this weekend. So good luck to the wrestlers, and congratulations on a nice season. Swim and dive. Kind of saved the best for last here. The boys placed second at the North Sectional meet this past weekend after winning the regular season and league championship in swimming. So they placed second at the North Sectional with many first place finishes and relay finishes and a lot of top finishes by them. So they'll have a shot at the MIA Division I State Championship. The girls won the North Sectional tournament for the first time in school history, finally getting that one up for them, a big accomplishment for that program and coaches and team, so congratulations. They'll also move on to the MIA Division I All-State meet this weekend at BU, so good luck to both those teams and programs. Spring sports is right around the corner. That'll start the 3rd Monday in March, so please, all student athletes, make sure you're ready to go, registered. We do that online and have an up-to-date physical. We need a valid physical and registration to compete or try out on day 1. A big thank you to the Westford Academy Athletic Booster Club. We ran a very successful trivia night several weekends ago. They did quite an outstanding job at a sold-out event. So congratulations to the Westford Academy Athletic Boosters. We'll be working on senior night that's coming up in May, and also the Patriots basketball fundraiser will be coming up in June as well. So a couple things coming up there. Good luck to the rest of the winter student athletes competing, and I'll be back in another week or two for another update. Thank you. Have a good day.
For more information on the Gray Ghosts, go to wagrayghosts.com. And here's our very own Rekha Sharma with another health tip.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm going to talk about cranberries. They are a rich source of vitamin A, B6, B12, C, and E. They are also rich in carbohydrates, minerals, and protein. They have zero cholesterol and are a rich source of antioxidant, and also helps to lower your blood pressure. Cranberries are natural immunity booster and improves overall body health. Eating or juicing cranberries may be helpful for those with urinary tract infections as they fight against the bacteria causing the infection. So add some cranberries in your diet to get the benefits. Bye for now.
And before we go, let's see what the weather looks like for the next few days with Westford Academy's own Joe Seppi.
Hello, Westford! This is Joe Seppi with the weather forecast for the 4th week of February. Here's what's coming up for February 27th through March 4th. On Saturday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 37 degrees and a low of 26 degrees. On Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 49 degrees and a low of 31 degrees. On Monday, we are expecting a mild day with clouds and sun. A high of 56 degrees and a low of 27 degrees. On Tuesday, it is going to be bright and sunny with cooler temperatures. There's going to be a high of 39 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. On Wednesday, it is going to be a gloomy day with considerable cloudiness and a high of 45 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. On Thursday, a morning shower, then rain with a high of 49 degrees and a low of 32 degrees. On Friday, it will be cloudy and possibly colder than on Thursday, with a high of 36 degrees and a low of 22 degrees. And that was the Westford weather. Have a great week, everyone.
There's tons of stuff going on around town here in Westford, and our very own Sarah Fletcher has more information on that. Take it away, Sarah.
Based on an international movement started in Europe, the J.V. Fletcher Library is holding a Death Cafe on March 3rd. The event focuses on understanding death and learning to make the most of life. It begins at 7 p.m. and is completely free, but it's only open to those 18 and older. Hey, talking about death can be a bit intimidating, but it's not so bad with a little tea and cake and some shared feelings. The Road and Bush Community Center is hosting their second annual Person of the Year event on April 7th. This year's recipient is no surprise. It's our own well-deserved Patty Mason. If you didn't know Patty before she retired from her role at the Road and Bush Community Center, you've probably seen her if you've been to any event anywhere in Westford over the past decade. This year's event is being held at the Regency, and it begins at 6 p.m. Dinner is $65 per person, and you can get a discount for a table of 8. For more information, call 978-692-5511 or visit roadandbush.org. The Westford Conservation Trust frequently holds hikes around Westford, and one is coming up on March 6th. Trust Director Lenny Parker will lead the way from the end of Texas Road down to Neshoba Pond. It's free and there's no sign-up required. For more information, call 978-392-9876 or go to westfordconservationtrust.org. Creation Station is hosting a Junior First Lego League for kindergartners, first and second graders on March 6th from 4 to 6. They are located on Park Drive and in Unit 9. And you can find out more about this program by calling 978-496-1563 or emailing info@creationstationmass.com. It's not too early to start thinking about activities for kids for the summer vacation, especially young musicians out there. The Westford Summer Music Program is now accepting registrations for instrumental and choral students from grades 5 through 9. Summer music takes place in July with WA Band Director George Arsenal and Choral Director Karen St. George, along with Abbott and Day School Strings Director Todd Hamlin. They will prepare new music and present a showcase performance for the general public. The program costs $125 and is open to students with at least 1 year of music training. For more information, email j.otteson@westfordk12.us or go to westfordk12.us/summermusic.
And that's it for this edition of WestfordCAT News. We leave you with scenes from the indoor snowball fight at the J.V. Fletcher Library. I'm Ira Keltz, and thanks for watching.